Michael Bisping and Jake Paul have been exchanging on Twitter again. This time, Michael responded to an article where 25-year-old Jake called out older retired fighters like Floyd Mayweather, who's 45 and retired in 2017, Oscar De La Hoya, who's 49 and retired in 2008, Anderson Silva, who's 47 years old and retired from MMA in 2020, and Michael Bisping, who's 43 and retired in 2017. Michael jumped on Twitter and said, "Come on, Jake, you do know I'm about your size. Surely that excludes me from your hit list." Jake fired back, "I would knock you out worse than Hendo. You're an easy fight, but show me you can get licensed and I will show you $1 million plus pay-per-view." Using the eyes emoji because Bisping can't use it, LOL. Bisping responded on Instagram,
"So, gonna have a workout in the garage, probably gonna do 10 rounds on the bag. I've got Jake Paul calling me out saying I'm on his hit list. I mean, he probably realizes I'm 43, one eye, no knees, and over the hill, so I'm perfect for him."
Michael then went on to say on his YouTube channel that he had been sent an email from Jake's team in the past asking if he'd be interested in fighting him for $500,000, and Bisping told him to double it and he'd be willing. As far as a possible fight versus Jake, Bisping said, "I'm gonna give Jake a little bit of advice as a man, as a boxer, as a fighter, more importantly as a man. If you want to be taken seriously, pick on people your own size and not people that have been retired for 14 fucking years. That's hilarious. I'm happily retired, but I miss the thrill of competition and I don't see Jake as a threat. I retired from fighting because I only had one eye and I didn't want to risk my other eye. In boxing, with big gloves, like I said, I don't really see him as a threat. So Jake, beating you up sounds like fun. Of course, you're a big star. Well done to you. You've done great things. All jokes aside, because I'm kind of joking, but you are earning a lot of money. You're getting a lot of pay-per-views. So for that reason, I probably would fight you." He sent an email asking if I would fight him for $500,000. I said double it and pay-per-view. I never got a response. He's doing the same here. "Jake, if you want to step in the squared circle with me, I'll oblige. I'll do it. It sounds like fun. Give me a few months. I'll lose a couple of pounds and let's go, baby. No problem. Only thing is I won't get sanctioned. I doubt one of the athletic commissions will let me fight right now because I used to lie about my eye. But now the secret is out. But there's a lot of places where they don't give a shit. What about Dubai? What about an Indian reservation? No problem there. Lots of places in Europe, Africa, China. The world is our oyster. There aren't athletic commissions everywhere. I'm sure we could find a place that will allow us to throw down. If you're serious, send an email. I don't want to fight. I'm happily retired." But he does generate a lot of interest and I think him versus me would generate a lot of interest. I'm not saying I want to fight Jake Paul because that's kind of pathetic. But Jake, good luck with what you're doing, but just call out someone your own size. Tommy Fury, that should be the fight. Kamaru Usman was asked for his opinion on the fight between Gilbert Burns and Khamzat Chimaev. He said that he had it scored for Khamzat even though Gilbert and him are training partners. He was also asked about who he'd like to fight between Conor McGregor and Khamzat if offered both. Kamaru said, "They're both good money fights, but let's be honest, one is bigger than the other. I wouldn't say easier because I have to train the same. I don't care if he is the bigger guy or smaller guy. That fight with Conor has a bit more weight on it in terms of finance. But with Khamzat, there is something so pure about just being in a fight. That's what you saw with Gilbert and Khamzat. That's what you saw with me and Covington 1. There's something about that. You have never lived unless you lived through that. You make a decision with yourself. I don't care what happens today. I'm willing to die in here. I feel like with that Chimaev fight, that might take me to that place. I love it and I want that, but at the same time, financially, you gotta drop the wallet on me." Henry Cejudo recently said he joined the USADA pool to make a return to the UFC and targeted a bout versus either Aljamain Sterling or Alex Volkanovski. He filmed himself hitting pads while Mike Tyson looked on carefully. He said, "Under the watchful eye of Uncle Mike, I can't miss. The countdown begins." Aljamain Sterling created an apology form for all his doubters after his victory over Petr Yan at UFC 273. Since then, he's gone after some doubters, one being Robert Whittaker. Whittaker originally said before UFC 273, "Sterling didn't win, Petr lost. Okay, this is how it happened. That is the undeniable truth of the matter. So you can't go around saying I'm the champ. I'm the best in the world, because you didn't win the belt. You were given it. It's different." Aljamain sent Whittaker the form and Whittaker responded, "Well, isn't there egg on my face? Congrats, mate. I have recently had a perspective change." After Aljamain won at UFC 273, he mentioned several big names he'd like to face next in his career, including TJ Dillashaw and Dominic Cruz. Well, Jose Aldo made sure to make his voice heard and said, "Aljamain, you said I would be next on merit, and I'm here accepting your challenge. Dana White, send me the contract soon before he changes his mind." Aljamain tagged Dana White and responded, "Hey man, when are we having a sit down? We clearly have a lot to discuss." And finally, all the fighters have made weight for UFC Vegas 51. As always guys, if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button for me. If you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date. Thanks for watching.